And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the last episode of One Last Drag. Well, the last one for now. Between, we're gonna do these a little bit between, each of the books for content between the audiobooks on fucking as they release on fucking YouTube and Spotify. But today, for the finale, we're talking to my buddy Chuck LaVoki, who voices Doc, and we're gonna pretend like we haven't been bullshit in the last 10 minutes. So,
pronounced LaVoki. I should know how to pronounce my own last name.
Yeah.
It's definitely real.
Yeah. Yeah. So we did it. We're here. We're fucking rolling into the second book, man. Fucking
Mouse, we did it.
Yeah.
We gotta make these educational.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, don't use Mickey Mouse because I'm not owned by Disney, and I would rather not have that lawsuit.
No. After the YouTube fiasco, let's just stay away from that kind of trash.
Yeah, that was fucking garbage. They didn't even give me a warning. They're just like, bye, channel. Get fucking lost.
It could have been like, just take down the videos that were at in question as well. But like, no, it's just far easier to just nuke them. It's the only way to be sure.
Whole fucking channel, bastards.
Two movies wrapped up into a little package there.
Yep. No, but we're fucking streaming away on fucking YouTube again. Fucking, I think the last chapter should be coming out this week sometime. And it's all been out on Spotify for a minute. So I guess we're getting some good shit on there. Okay. There we go. Yeah. We're experiencing a technical difficulty that we should have hammered out before we started, but hey.
My bad. I joined on my laptop as well, and yeah, we were having a little bit of feedback there, but it should be good now, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoops. Sorry.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, fucking, you're effectively fucking the voice of Doc, so congratulations to that.
Effectively, yeah. There was at one point 2 chapters. There were at one point 2 chapters in which I was not the voice of Doc, but we went back and amended that timeline.
Yeah. So there you got that on the fucking books.
That was a fun day recording session where I managed to send you 18 million chapters at the same time. I had a rare period of extreme productivity and sent it all.
Yeah. Yeah. It was fucking good to get all that shit beforehand, and I didn't make that mistake this time, and I'm getting pretty much everything before I even fucking start now, and I'm waiting on I think 2 people, and then
you don't want to have to be chasing after anyone. Who's taking way too long to get the fucking work done or anything like that. That would just be terrible.
Yeah. Though the first one, though, I did give myself artificial timelines because I guess technically all these timelines are artificial because I'm the one doing it, but I'd freak out about shit. I'm like, dude, I need this now. This isn't going on YouTube for a month, but I need it now.
Yeah, no, we'd be weeks ahead, and you'd just be like, dude, I need that shit. You were always extremely polite about it though. You never said dude, you really let me down, or dude, I had a deadline that I really wanted to meet, or dude, I need it hard line by this date. You'd just be like, hey, I need those sooner than later.
Yeah. Well, I'm also not paying anybody, so I can't afford to really be a dick about it.
Literally can't afford.
Yeah.
That's how you can afford because you're not paying anybody. So
yeah,
you saved all of your finances for the being a dick department if you so chose.
Yeah.
No, you're doing it right. You're good to work for and with in this project.
Yeah, no, and then the second one, fucking, I think the first one worked as a proof of concept because the second one fucking put out the casting call and almost immediately shit started filling up with, hey man, I want to be part of this. All right, man, here's the script. Fucking get it back to me. And so far, all the voice acting has been really fucking good for the second one.
Glad to hear it. Yeah, have you edited together the first chapter yet, or are you still waiting on somebody else?
I'm waiting on somebody else.
Gotcha.
And funny enough, the 2 people I'm waiting for are in the beginning. I guess this second chapter.
Does it say who else is in chapter balls?
Nobody.
Nobody. So it's just you and me.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you got chapter balls ready to roll.
I should probably do that.
Yeah. I sent you those lines.
Yeah.
All 16 of them.
Yeah, I gotta start doing the music for that too, though, which I think that's gonna be fun for this one. I'm gonna try not to rip off the GoldenEye video game.
Oh no. I'm gonna look at my lines for chapter balls. Which is anyone in here?
Well, I mean, I'm gonna put this on Spotify later, so it doesn't really matter if they're here or not.
Oh, okay.
So we'll still
for anyone listening now or in the future, I'm referring to chapter 00 for those of you who don't do military time.
Yeah, so in the second book, the first chapter isn't chapter 1; it's chapter 0. No, it does pick up. Yeah, 0. Though it does pick up like immediately after the last book. Like it's the next line of that conversation is the first line of the second book.
Yeah.
So I felt it was appropriate to just have that be chapter 0. Then if I made it an epilogue, nobody'd fucking read it, or a prologue, nobody'd fucking read it. Epilogue or a prologue.
Right.
The fuck read those. Like
And
put that shit in the book.
I think I have 12 lines in that. Yeah, I'm just looking at the audio wavelengths for that. Yeah, I segmented that one by chapter 1. Actual chapter 1. Like I have no idea how many lines I have in that chapter because I didn't break it up by takes. Because there's several. So I wrote voice of Doc and others. I'm also Prince and Jerry.
Yeah.
And in the first book, I can't remember how I voiced Prince. But
it's kind of very Scottish pirate.
Yeah, a little bit. It was just whatever voice I found when I was sitting here going for it.
Yeah.
But for this book, I gave him kind of a Archibald from VeggieTales, just like kind of high pitched and prissy, pompous and proper, like British accent that I'm sure is terrible to anyone involved in this project who may have some inclination as to what an authentic British accent sounds like. Nobody in particular, I'm sure. But certainly not in that chapter. Where you're going to hear referenced very close to what I'm doing. But there are a lot. I'm doing in the first book. I never had to voice any of my 3 characters talking to each other. But in the second book, all 3 of them are in part of the same conversation. It was really important to me to make the voices distinct. And I don't know. I'm sure 1 or 2 of the outtakes will make it in there where this gets described. But I had a pretty bad cold and my head was really fuzzy, and it may or may not have been COVID. Who the heck knows? But I tested negative 2 or 3 times. 2 times.
Don't worry, it'll test positive in a week after you're like done.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've got a
test
in my back that I'm going to take tomorrow. Now that I'm feeling better, just to see if I like pop positive now. Now that I've gone back out into the world, and interacting with many humans a day, large and small. But I recorded chapter balls, and then I turned off my microphone so I could listen to it without feedback. And then I recorded the entirety of chapter 1, which was probably an hour of work, and I had not recorded a thing because I didn't actually turn my microphone off. I just switched input channels. So when I was looking at my interface and I like snapped my fingers to test, I could see it responding. So I'm like, oh, it's working. But I wasn't actually looking at the screen to see that the input was going to where it was supposed to be going, and it wasn't. And I never would have made that mistake if my head was on straight, but there was something wrong with me. And I finished that entire hour of work, and then I went back and I did it again. I did about half the chapter properly. I stopped to go back and listen to make sure that it was working, switching channels again, and then I made the same mistake. And 2 chapters later, I ended up making a completely new mistake and decided just to call it. But yes. By the time I got around to getting that chapter down, I actually stopped pressing pause in the middle of takes. I was just going through it and just like changing voices on the fly. That was fun. Which sounds really interesting if it's actually any good. I don't know. Have you listened to it yet?
No, not yet. But I did do that mistake a couple of times, twice, recording the first book or something similar, where I'd get through recording the entire chapter. And, since I hadn't read it in a while, I'm stumbling over shit, fucking kind of slow pacing it, like kind of like mouthing the lines to myself and then, saying them again, before I go cut them up. And then I realized I was recording with my computer's internal mic,
Oh my God.
the mic I was supposed to record with. So I was like, fuck. And I think the first time we did that was the Waltzing Matilda chapter, and that chapter is fucking almost a goddamn hour long by itself, edited and smushed up. So it was fun doing that again, though I will say the second time around, since it was fresh in my mind, it was like, all right, cool. I can just like read this out loud instead of going,
Yeah, no, you got good. You got good. Yeah. I was really worried when I made that mistake. And I think I say as much in the recording. I'm just like, I have no idea if this is going to be as good as my authentic first take because I feel like I had it. But
yeah,
I did have practice. I did make some better, I think, creative decisions in terms of like, acting direction by the third time I got around to it. Oh my goodness. Hello. What's up, Mr. Oborski? Mr. Orumpus up in here. Getting affectionate. Wants to be a star.
Well, he's pretty enough for a close-up.
He is, yeah. You should be the mascot for some baked beans brand.
Well, yeah, no, but like going back to, recording and shit, I thought it was really funny because, I had everybody get me a couple of takes, and about halfway through the, first book, I kind of figured everyone out where it was like, all right, I'm going to use Chuck's second take almost exclusively, and I'm looking at them all, I'm using whichever one's good. There are some people where it was like, I'm going to use your first take the entire time. And then there was a couple people that were like, their first take was just them like reading the line and figuring it out, which is one of the reasons I asked people to get me multiple lines in the first place. Cause if I just say, hey, give it to me once, they're gonna be like, okay, so this is the line. And the second one's gonna be, oh, okay, so this is the line. And then the third take could be like, oh, okay, yeah, so this is the line, which is, what I wanted the whole time,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it would be one thing if you wanted to and it would be very time consuming for you to actually get on a call with everybody and give them vocal direction. Not even coaching necessarily, but I want it read like this. Another option, of course, would be just you recording the whole thing straight yourself and then having us just do it the way you read it. But then you would have to make decisions for everything and it would be less organic.
Yeah, no, that's one of the things I think really helped that was not giving people too much direction besides they're angry in this scene, they're happy in this scene, they don't like this guy, but they like this person, XYZ, whatever. And just kind of letting the actor roll with it. And the I don't know, emotion, tone, inflection, whatever it is that everybody brought, I thought that really melded well together in the final product because of that.
Yeah, no, I think it really did. It was really fun listening to everyone's just different voicing, different interpretation of how lines should be said. Yeah, as far as giving multiple takes that go, I don't know, sometimes I only do two because I usually have it on number two.
Yeah.
And the third one's just, I'm going to do this in a completely different way now. And if Trip happens to like that one better, then so be it.
Yeah, kind of like Coyotes and Coyotes.
You're such an asshole for that. I'm glad you brought it up. Because
so for those of you
that can go on the record and defend myself.
Yeah, so fucking Chuck sent me a few lines for Doc, and I forget what chapter it is, what they're talking about, but he says the word coyote 3 or 4 times, and Chuck sent me lines where he's like, I don't know if Doc would say coyote or coyote, so I'm gonna say coyote in this take and coyote in that one, and I switched them up so Doc's character says coyote and coyotes, which Doc, I don't see a problem with.
Consistent about how he pronounced it. So apparently the kind of guy Doc is the kind of guy who can't decide if he says coyotes or coyotes. He doesn't really know which one's right, and he's too insecure to ask. So he just does both.
Why not? There are lots of people that say coyote and coyote.
Nobody does both.
I do both.
You just made that up.
I did not.
Ooh.
Are you accusing a fiction author of just making shit up?
Yeah, no. Your art is in telling lies. So yeah, you lie.
No.
Ursula K. Le Guin told me about you in the foreword for The Left-Handed Darkness. She said that you lie. But yeah, no. On another chapter, I wasn't sure if, and I was still being courteous, and I won't do this anymore because Trip's a dick. I had Doc pronouncing Iran as both Iran, Iran, and Iraq and Iraq. I was doing both, so you could pick. And you told me that you fully intended to swap and make me interchange on those pronunciations as well. And I'm just like, nope, I'm not giving you multiple options for that trash anymore.
Yeah.
No more Easter eggs that make me sound like an asshole.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, but it is fun though, because like your first one, you'd say the country names right, and then like I'd hear you mutter, "No, this guy's like in the Marines or this guy's in the Navy in 2008. He would not call it
Yeah,
Iran.
no, he wouldn't say
It's
like
Iran."
Iran. Yeah, like and like where's he from? Like what inflection is it? Like I come from an accent neutral part of the Midwest, and people in my hometown like still said it both ways. So like.
Yeah.
But not back in 2003. Everyone said Iraq.
Yeah.
Because that's the way the president said it.
Yeah. Well, that and like there were some people that still had IROCs, the Camaros.
Yeah.
So they would be pronouncing it like that.
It's great.
Yeah.
We also had a president that said nuclear. So like. Yeah. So I said it that way because I learned it from somebody who had a prestigious position. My dad is like, how is that word spelled?
AYEROQCK.
Mm-hmm. No, nuclear.
Yeah, that's what I spelled.
Okay. RESPECT.
Yeah. No, but like
can I not super chat?
Who? Oh, no, I don't have enough followers to super chat me, sorry. Or I haven't signed up for that. I need to sign up for that, but I'm waiting to get my thing up on my main channel instead of just this one because my old channel got nuked, and right now this is broadcasting my I don't want to say personal YouTube, but pretty much that, and then I'll port it over to my the book channel here afterwards, so it's all in one spot. But it will be there.
Oh, right.
But if you're concerned about being part of the conversation, Merson of series Mircon of series. We're paying attention to the chat.
Yeah,
we're paying attention to the chat, so
we'll read it. All right, so Garrett Spears said rah.
What's up, Garrett? But yeah,
is it Mircon of Ceres?
I don't know. I'm terrible with shit like that.
If I'm right, say yes. I want to be right.
Probably dude, no, I'm terrible with that shit. Like friggin' like the first time I read the Odyssey, which I have a thing about here in a minute. I thought Odysseus's wife's name was Penelope because that's how it's pronounced if you've never heard that word before. And then I heard someone else, and then I heard someone else say Penelope, and I was like, oh, well,
Penelope.
I'm an idiot.
I think I might have corrected you on that. that would have been back in the Mew. Yeah.
No. I mean, that would have been in high school, man, when that happened.
Oh, yeah, you're right. No, it was another name. It was another Greek pronunciation thing during the first book.
Maybe, but on we were having an argument on
nobody says it like that.
No, we were having an argument during the audiobook on how if it's pronounced Caduceus or Caduceus or Caduceus or Caduceus.
Yeah. That was the argument. Yeah.
So I think Doc pronounces it right, and everybody's like, "Yeah, it's Caduceus, man. What the fuck?" Although I think Doc's also the other person that says it. So
I can see that the way the Navy says it is correct, no matter how it's actually said.
Because the Navy's correct.
Yeah.
No, but in the books though, friggin' there are a lot of characters that are just named after whatever. Like there's a character, and there's not going to be any spoilers here for those of you who have read the rest of the books. Just a few hints. But like there's a character named Vickers that I named because I was watching a World War I documentary and they were talking about the Vickers gun. I was like, that sounds neat. But a little bit of foreshadowing that I personally pride myself on because of something that happens later in the books is, Penelope's name is Penelope Gina Van Ithaca, and Gina means regal or queenly, and Van Ithaca means from Ithaca. So her name is Penelope, Queen from Ithaca. And it's like, oh, hey, where do you think the story's going, people?
A lewd.
Very lewd.
Yeah, no, pronunciation's trash. English doesn't make any sense. We cannibalize other languages, and never be ashamed for learning a word by reading and not knowing how to say it.
Yeah. Unless, of course, like you've heard it 40 times and it's just not clicking. Like, who is the philosopher that wouldn't allow Athens to sin against philosophy twice? What was his name?
Aristotle.
What's that burrito place?
Chipotle.
or is it Aristotle?
Aristotle. Chipotle. I think I say Chipotle. I started saying Chipotle ironically, and now I say it so frequently. I'm worried everyone thinks that I actually think it's Chipotle, which doesn't matter. But I know that. I was talking down to you.
You plebe!
I dare you to correct me.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good shit. But hey, fucking you and I have had a lot of conversations about this first book in general, you know, because you were there when I wrote it on the USS Barnabas Shard, and then
rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace. Fucking, and then a lot more recently now that we're doing the audiobook. So fucking, what do you think about the book?
I mean, I think it's okay.
Okay.
I read it. I'm just kidding.
All right.
Smokepit Fairytales, narrated by Trip Ainsworth. No, I love the first book. Even with you know, what is now like probably 10 years of like hindsight, 9 years. Can't believe you wrote 12 books in 9 years.
Dude, there are a lot of people that write a lot more than I do, I think. And I'm using heavy air quotes on that just because the authors group them. And like, I've written 20 books in the last 5 years. They're all this big. And it's like, did you?
999,420 words.
Yep. That's the total word count of the entire series.
Nigh 1 million. I think it's fair to say that you wrote a 1 million word series. And anybody who wants to split hairs on that is just being extremely nitpicky.
Yeah.
Or me. Tripp's TikTok got me into not only his books, but now I'm also a gun nut. Right on.
Cool.
Have you seen Tripp's collection?
No.
No.
Not on TikTok. I'll take you down for that.
2 guns, 1 for each of you. Oh yeah, you're right. Well, Tripp has approximately several.
One or two.
1 or 2.
Yeah. That and there's a lot of guns in the book, so you know, it's a tie-in.
No way.
Yeah. Well, I guess there's a lot of guns in the first half of the
this
one. That's what we're talking about.
Speculative fiction odyssey about aliens and war and space war and the end of the world. Like has a lot of guns in it. Yeah, definitely. Like very, very, very first half heavy on the gun population representation. Like last half maybe not so much. But no, I love the first book. I love that your idea of like how to channel a lot of your thoughts and feelings and military experiences into fiction was to make it truly fictional. It's a fun adventure. Looking back on the way that the people in that first book talk, the conversations they have, just how fucking ignorant and silly they all are, is an extremely faithful look under the hood of how conversations at smoke pits were.
Yeah, no, because like if you look at a lot of books like that, it's either cool guy did a cool guy thing and then got some editor to fucking like write a book for him, or it might have the violence in it, but it'll be like extremely tame and watered down, and it'll be plugged into this specific year's political correct argument.
Yeah. Phoenix 407 says, "Sup, just bought all the Kindle edition. Love the books, just finished them." Miracon of Sarah says, on YouTube they can be in the background, but you can only handle them if you're filming on the range. Good to know. We could get a very lawyerly definition of what constitutes a range for malicious compliance. Yeah, no, but
so my backyard.
This is my range. You can tell because my target's set up at 25 yards, and that is a range. I don't know. The wall is range from. We are at a range of 5 yards.
All right, so today we're going to be shooting my Deuce 50 caliber heavy machine gun in my living room. Don't worry, we're gonna be shooting at
Ear Pro for this, but that doesn't work anywho.
Yeah.
No, class action lawsuit for that. Yeah, no, I just as soon just get disability for it.
Yeah.
Not have to do that paperwork. But yeah, no, that just sounds like something that I'm just gonna avoid altogether, rather than like get slapped by YouTube for like not doing it right.
Yeah.
Because somebody will report you even if you are doing it right, and you know, Tripp's had experiences with what it's like to be taken down on YouTube.
Yep, straight nuke.
Yeah, no, just nipped in the bud.
Yeah, no, but yeah, there were a lot of guns in the book. Though I mean, I don't know. I would say the second half of the book is somewhere between it's a three-way between a romance, a bromance, and like, holy fuck, these guys really need to go see a fucking therapist because their PTSD is fucked.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, it's weird how you captured that essence. Like, what does that say about you?
I don't know. I really don't. I haven't like done any self-reflection about this.
No,
at all.
Unpack that. No. Like, no. I'm good.
Yeah. Though when I was going back,
talk about it?
No, not at all.
No.
But I was going back to do the audiobook fucking because I hadn't read the first book in a hot minute. Like, I remembered everything that happened in it, but forgot little gritty details about stuff, mostly dialogue. But I'm reading it, I'm like, oh yeah, this is never gonna get fucking published big. Holy shit, man. Huh. Wow, man. Is there anybody that we didn't disparage in this? Nope. Okay, cool, sweet. Just I'm not changing shit because this is how we talked, but
it's a very long episode of South Park, in essence.
Yeah. And every character is fucking Cartman.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I had a bunch of lines I was reading in the first book that really made me blush. I was just like, oh fuck, I gotta read this. Like, all right, like, well, let's get it in one take, so I don't have to make myself say this shit loudly over and over again.
Yeah.
My roommate hearing me like, what? Like, why are you shouting slurs? Like,
don't worry about it.
Like, are you gaming? Like, no.
Yes.
Art.
I built a time machine, but it's not a real time machine. It's just a computer that lets me go back in time on the internet, and I'm playing Call of Duty.
Yeah. No, there you go. To be fair, Trip never makes me say the gamer word. I gotta try the line somewhere.
Yeah.
Phoenix 407 said, for the 50, don't you got a double ear pro? You actually have to cover your ears with both hands while shooting the weapon.
Yeah.
It's the only way to be safe.
Yeah, and if you're in the military or doing that professionally, they issue you what they don't release photos about is they graft 4 extra arms onto you, kind of like a Shiva, and you use 2 to do combat, and the other 4 are just
God damn, all the foreshadow.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I did have the pleasure of firing a 50 caliber one shot. It's probably $3.50.
I don't know. Fucking might have been a little more.
$4 or $5 maybe. Yeah. What?
Yeah, I was gonna say $4 or $5 more bucks.
Yeah, maybe $4 or $5. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't looked up the price for that ammo in quite a long time. It is loud.
Yeah.
As far as decibels go, it's bad for you.
Yeah, no. I've shot him a few times, never with ear pro.
No.
Well, you don't really wear ear pro in combat, man.
Tell me about it.
Which I think's hilarious because, like, in the moment, yeah, it makes sense because you need to be able to hear everybody, shouting orders and shit. But then also, like, you're gonna need to hear them tomorrow too, right? I think that's why we have to scream at everybody for everything all the time.
That's why they make you practice screaming in boot camp.
Yeah, to sit there for half an hour screaming at a fucking canteen.
Yeah, also, don't have a voice. They just don't know how to find it. And they will help you. They'll help you find it. Drill instructors know how to help you find that voice. You've got it. Everybody can project. Just not everybody's comfortable doing so.
Yeah, just got to get it in there. But speaking of boot camp, fucking you and I talked about this when I was writing it on the book, or writing it on the boat, writing the book on the boat, the boat's the bottom of Shard.
Book in the boot.
Book in the boat. I fucking hate it when you're reading a military story and it starts off with a guy in boot camp.
Yeah, seriously. I'm so tired of that trope. Like, and I mean, there's a difference between a trope and the way life works. Like when Jeremy from Sin of Sins gets mad at like everyone at a funeral having a black umbrella. Like,
Yeah.
you know, everyone has a black umbrella at the funeral trope. Ding, sin. It's like, is that really sin? Like, what color flag would you have? Or not flag? What color umbrella would you have? Like, what are you doing? But yeah, no, the boot camp trope for the beginning of your not tell all, not really the right word, but just autobiographical retelling of your military experience. It's so goddamn unique. Do civilians love reading about boot camp?
You know, I don't know. Because like before I joined the Marines, the only boot camp movies or anything I'd seen were fucking
Full Metal Jacket. Yeah.
Jarhead, The Boys of Company C, and then
it's already too many. It's already a trope.
Yeah. Fuck, there was a third one. Oh, and if Band of Brothers counts.
Sorry, if Stanley Kubrick does it, it's all right. Like Stanley, like
yeah.
I had somebody ask me one time about like the way Arlie and Reed talks in that movie. Like, you know, did they really talk like that? And I'm like, no, they were much louder. Yeah, they were much louder and ruder and much closer to your face far more often, and typically 2 or 3 of them at times, like screaming incoherently for you to be louder or faster or more intense in general. I'm like, no, he's actually a pretty watered down, muted drill instructor because he had to be articulate and movie friendly and also funny. He's very witty, and I don't think that drill instructors actually had that level of like witticism. I don't even necessarily know that most of my drill instructors realized that behoove was a word.
No, it would be who of you.
Yeah.
Words.
They're telling you to do something that is suitable or smart. Like, it would behoove you. And I'm like, it took me a few months to realize that some of them were not saying it would behoove you. They're saying it would behove you. And I'm like,
it's kind of when your children are being have.
Yeah, it's making it really hard not to laugh. Like, oh man, like, okay.
No, but I always think it's funny and I don't know, fucking every time it'll pop up on, you know, social media every once in a while where it's like earlier he played the sadistic drill instructor and was like, bro, like that was the new guy tame one.
Yeah. And the only moment I can think of where he was indeed very sadistic was the choke out. Just like, okay, all right. Didn't see a lot of guys getting choked out by DIs in boot camp. Not in 2010.
No, but anyway, with Hank, you know, I didn't want to start him off in boot camp because that'd be, I would think, lame. And then, you know, I didn't want to start him off as like super badass fucking kill everybody Rambo guy, you know?
Yeah.
Like happy believable medium.
No, just make him a guy. Make him a guy who's dating a stripper and drives a somewhat stereotypical car. Somewhat, like,
I don't know, man. Listen, I love a Jeep, but that's a stereotypical car.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Doc drives the Mustang, so like, yeah, like it could be more stereotypical. Yeah. Could be a Challenger. It could be a Camaro. Like,
no, because fucking.
Hey man, I'm a PFC and I just got a great deal on this Camaro. They even threw in a full tank of gas for her. She's full. Like, I can't remember what YouTube video that was. I think it was a truck, not a Camaro. But
I think it was a truck. I think it was an F-150 in that video. It might have been
the way Lance Corporals get ripped off at these near base dealerships is so freaking funny. Like,
well, shit, fucking the time in history that I was talking about, you know, kind of like where I set fucking that first book. The new Camaro didn't exist yet. And then I think when I was writing it, they were still like so brand new that like nobody under Colonel could fucking afford one.
I mean, yeah, because wait, it was about when that first Transformers movie came out that they redid the Camaro, right?
Yeah. I'm sorry, did I say Camaro? I meant Challenger.
Oh, okay, you're talking about Challengers. I'm like, yeah, that would have been out, but like that was a few years prior.
Yeah.
New Challenger. Okay, if I gotta tie that to a movie, it's gonna be Fast 5.
Yeah. No, but then like a Claire gets or not a Challenger, a fucking Camaro when he gets back from fucking Iraq. But I mean, he didn't go buy a brand new one. He bought an old one, and it also never said what kind of condition it was in. I noticed that reading it. It's like, oh man, I really should have said that this was either a nice car or a giant piece of shit. But
yeah, I guess you have to use your imagination. Yeah, I don't know. It seems nice the way they talk about it. Mirkan asks, Trip, did you model your jacket off of Randall Flags?
No.
Nah, Trip's been doing his patch jackets for as long as I've known them.
No, my dad wore patch jackets, so like I've been wearing a patch jacket since fucking middle school. So if anything, it's because of my dad. And then I've had a litany of them, and they're actually on mannequins hanging out in my fucking basement with like demon masks and shit on them because they get too fucking beat up to actually wear.
Well, they get to the point where the patches actually become functional.
Yeah.
they're holding it together. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like I'm gonna destroy this thing, and I didn't want to like regulate him to just go live in a fucking closet forever on a hanger. So it's like, no, I'm gonna buy a mannequin, throw in a mannequin. Also, mannequins are a lot cheaper than you think they are. Like you can get them for like $30.
And also, this became a patch jacket because I left it at Trip's house for a matter of months, and didn't come back for it. I own a couple of Venom jackets, but I wasn't just gonna copycat Trip and start throwing patches on him. But I left this one at his house, and he told me that if I didn't come back and get it soon, he was going to shoot it. He was going to put it on a mannequin and shoot it up.
Yeah.
And when I came back, he told me that is in fact what he had done, and his wife actually got in on a lie, which was extremely convincing because she's not a liar. And I don't know how well she could have held that up over scrutiny for a long period of time. But then he presented me with the jacket, and he had given me the Smokepit Fairytales badge, Smoke Pills. What else did you throw on? You gave me the
Bill on the Foxhound.
Yeah, the Foxhound. Bill was over here. I decided to swap that out and put my team patch there. What else did you give me? Oh, you gave me See a Space Cowboy on the back.
Yeah, it's better.
Yeah, that was a good place to put that. I appreciate that.
But also Hank wears a patch jacket because he's 100% a fucking insert character.
Yeah.
Which that's something else. That now that I've gotten more into the writing community, that I kick back on the kickback, where people will talk about like, oh yeah, no, this author always used inserts characters, and it's like, the only reason you don't recognize an insert character in a book is because you don't know the author well enough to do that. That character is there. And B, technically all the characters are insert characters because say I'm going to go write a book about, I don't know, fucking Bob, right? The book's not about Bob. The book's about my interpretation of what I think Bob would do. So Bob's also like my opinion fucking inserted as a character.
Bob's also your own.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the patch jacket thing is pretty cool. This one's a little too warm. I might transfer them over to my thinner jacket, but I don't know, having a fuzzy collar.
Or you can just
What?
Or you can just start a second one.
Yeah. At least it makes it distinct from yours. I don't know. It's important. I had somebody at a bar. I went to a show last night, actually trying to figure out what unit this patch was, and I'm just like, oh, that's not real.
Yeah.
Don't strain yourself. It's from a video game. We're like, oh, well, then I wouldn't know anything about that. They were quite a bit older than I was. I was just like, I mean, Metal Gear Solid started in the 80s.
Technically.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and if you go back and play those games, which very few people have, they make Metal Gear Solid's fucking story a lot richer because like Frank Yeager was like I don't want to say sidekick in the second game, but like he was a major character, and then him being the fucking robot ninja, I guess kind of hits harder retrospectively.
Yeah. I never played those.
Yeah.
No, I watched a YouTube video once to bring me up to speed on them because I was feeling curious.
Mm-hmm.
Good story all around. I love me some Kojima. It's a good patch. It is. It's attractive. Sewing the knife because it sticks off from the side is kind of a pain though.
Yeah. Although that's the other thing though, like so Hank's patch jacket in the book, it's stated that it's fully adorned like Joseph's Technicolor fucking dream jacket pretty much, but like it only mentions like two of the patches, like specifically he's got a unit patch and an American flag patch, and the rest of them are just like up to the reader's fucking imagination.
Nice. You never draw it?
Yeah, but that's not like written.
Oh, okay. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. It's in the books though, even the Kindle editions.
Yeah.
in the audiobooks, we describe the pictures. Just kidding. We don't.
Between chapters, so there's a picture of this scene. God, can you imagine that? That'd be fucking terrible.
I mean, it would be accessible.
It would be accessible.
Nice thing to do. You could have a version with that. Like,
okay, so this is for the blind.
Yep, you can download this version. All right, version 2. It's got descriptions of the pictures. We want to be included here. Audiobooks are for everyone. Except for the deaf.
No, I think this one came out well because, like, I've listened to a few books on tape. Nobody calls them that anymore. I'm showing my age a little bit. Audiobooks. And I hate them. I hate almost all of them because it's almost always so we're going out here to do this, and I'm going to use this guy's voice for this, and I'm going to use this guy's for this. And then also, since I'm not a confident narrator, I'm going to use this guy for this, Bob said. And then we're going to go over here and do that, Jerry said. It's like, dude, drop the fucking he said, she said bullshit. We get it.
Depending on how you do, like, it can be fine. But yeah, doing distinct voices or just having different people voice things is definitely, I think, a better way to go about it. Yeah, the way that came up, actually, I kind of alluded to Trip that I wanted to start making an audiobook for these because I thought that an audiobook for them would be good because these days I prefer audiobooks.
So in a way, this is all your fault.
Yeah. I dragged my feet on getting started, and then Tripp sends me like the first 20 minutes of chapter 1, and he's like, "How does this sound?" And I was like, "Oh, pretty good. Like, you're getting pretty good at narrating that." And then he sends me the first 2 chapters, and I was listening to a conversation between him and Doc, and he was dropping the he said, Doc said, Hank said things, and I was just like, "Dude, you cannot tell who's talking. Like, we're gonna have to mix up those voices again. Like, either you're gonna have to like do some character voices, or we're gonna have to get other people to voice them." And Tripp's like,
other people like, voice them, you say?
And I'm like, all right, I'll get on it. Just started recording Doc's lines, but I was a couple chapters behind, which is why I said earlier that at one point there was no Doc in chapters 1 and 2. Now I think I'm the only other voice in chapters 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So I went back and did
that. You can find those originals anywhere because the only place they were up was on the YouTube that got nuked, and then the new one's got your shit in it, and then the Spotify version also got that. So yeah. So if you're listening to the audiobook off Audible, then that'll be there.
Hey, we should say that, huh? By the way, this is a podcast about Smokepit Fairytales Book 1, which is available on Audible, which is. And you can buy it on Audible. It's about Smokepit Fairytales Book 1, available on Audible.
Yeah.
Order now. You got to say it 3 times.
This is promotional footage.
Order now.
We're supposed to be talking about this.
Wacky, wavy, inflatable arm pulling tube guy. Order
yes.
Now. This is about those. Did that. This is about those audiobooks. You should listen to them. They're good. I think. I think that at least some of the voices are quite good. I'm not going to say anything about my voice because that's form tuning.
I think people liked your. What was your favorite part to fucking record? How about that?
Oh man, probably Doc drunk as shit, screaming at people in the barracks who are screaming back at him. Telling them they're trying to sleep, and he's screaming at him for like missing the war.
Yeah. That part was extremely autobiographical. I was on duty, and the guy that Doc was based off of, who fucking, I don't know, had been to Iraq about a few times by 2007. Like he got to Haditha like 3 days after the massacre, and that was his first deployment.
That's tied. My other favorite part is definitely when everyone gets chewed out for not having like clean shaves, and their camis are all dirty, and I get to like go off on some make believe. I think it's a first sergeant.
Yeah, that thing also happened.
I get to scream at the guy and just like absolutely eviscerate him, which is very satisfying. Like just imaginatively and conceptually, and also because one time that pretty much happened to me. Came back from a training mission. It was like 5 days long in the jungle, and we came back looking a little ratty. And I had this this Navy butter bar constantly trying to get my attention in the middle of us getting kind of reamed by the captain of the ship for losing comms. And he keeps interrupting and trying to get my attention and give me a lecture on wearing non-standard issue boots. And I don't remember this, but apparently I just like exploded on the guy and he ran off with his tail between his legs, which I've had enough people corroborate that story that I am forced to accept it as fact. I'm just like, what? I wasn't insubordinate. I was so subordinate. I have so much respect for authority. But then people kept pointing out other times where I had very tongue-in-cheek, like gone after somebody who was like high above me in a way that I really shouldn't have been fucking around with. I'm like, all right, no, you're establishing a pattern here. But yeah, doing that part in the book was very cathartic. I really enjoyed it. Because so many people who stay in and climb the ranks had no business being there anymore. It's just the only thing they had going for them.
Yeah.
Like, they stay in for the wrong reasons. They love power or just weren't confident going into an out-of-core career.
Like going into a brand new world where a paycheck's not fucking guaranteed.
Yeah. Where,
here in the military,
where showing up wearing the right uniform and showing up on time isn't the only thing required for being like an adequate employee. That's it.
Yeah, fucking, I don't know. Like a lot of people thought that was so hard, and it's like, dude, 90% of your job is right place, right time, right uniform. That's it.
If you're in the rear, that is so much of like standing out and getting good proficiency and conduct scores. It's just those three things. Yeah. If you show up the right place, right time, wearing the right uniform, you're going to go far in this organization. Absolutely true.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. No. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about, because you and I talked about this, offline, a while back, but the climax of the book is like in the last half of the last chapter. When Glightline's telling fucking Hank about fucking the Epic of Gilgamesh, when they're like trying to be like, no, we totally weren't talking about almost making out at the ball. What's up? Go away, guy. Yeah, you ever read this book? Oh yeah, what's that about?
Oh, you know. Yeah, the second book picks up exactly where that one left off, which is really fun.
Yeah.
Decided to go all out tonight. Got ice with me.
Yeah, what are you clippers? Oh, you get the little clippers and everything. You're a fucking professional.
Oh my God. Way too impatient to do it right.
Yeah.
I've got this sort of local bourbon. Creek water. It's 100 proof. It's
one.
It's good. It's good stuff. It'll put air in your chest and then melt it off.
Yeah.
Tasty.
Yeah.
Oh, it's quite good. Ooh, yeah. Found it. Doc Whiskey says in some kind of extremely well-coded cipher, penis.
Is that the new weapon system that the Marine Corps is adopting?
Yeah. Crypto just rolled over. What are we doing now? Lead speak. The enemy won't know what hit him. Is that what they call that? Lead speak? Like,
no one really does that anymore.
I
haven't seen it out in the wild in a minute.
It's fallen out of fashion.
Yeah. Fuck. Dude, no, that's the thing about memes though, is you had memes, and originally memes were just rage comics. Like you had like 5 fucking pictures you were allowed to use. You put whatever text you want on them. You had 5 fucking pictures, but then they died, right?
It wasn't just rage comics. It was also like a picture of a kid, like triumphantly fist pumping, and the duck and the velociraptor, like and Philip.
Actually, no, I take that back. Before memes, you had demotivational posters.
Okay.
And then you had memes, and then those memes died, and then dead memes became a meme, and then dead memes died. So now making a meme about a dead meme is a dead meme. It's this weird fucking Schrodinger Ouroboros.
Yeah. He also had that deep fried meme phase. Yeah, meme used to be a word that had a definition that meant something cultural. Now it means so much more.
I mean, is Smokepit Fairytales a meme?
Maybe.
I mean, in a way.
Definitely got memes in it.
Yeah.
What's the patch above the Smokepit Fairytales? Oh, that's a Lucky Strike patch.
Yeah.
That's a pretty patch.
It is. So is the Morley.
Mm-hmm. No, I don't have any cigarettes or booze patch. Oh, that's not true. I've got this Mystic Distillery patch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Made a barrel of bourbon there with some friends.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah. It was. Got to drink a lot of bourbon that day.
Yeah. And Doc likes to drink fucking whiskey, so I mean,
fresh distilled, not yet diluted, not aged, like, so not technically bourbon at that point, because it had not yet been aged in a first time used charred oak cask or barrel. It's just clear and it's fucking potent. Holy shit! Drank so much of it. I don't really remember the end of it. Next thing I knew, we were at an Indian restaurant like 4 hours later, and lost time.
yeah, channeling your inner Doc.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm actually a character in later books, because I was with Trip when he was writing the first two, but I wasn't actually a character in them because they were based on earlier experiences. Doc is a real guy. I'm not him. I'm not he.
He is not you.
Mm-mm. But I am.
But you voiced him well.
Thanks. I hope he thinks so. I don't think I've had a chance to ask him. Yeah. I have no idea what his voice sounds like.
Yeah. No, but like friggin' I don't know. I had a overall good experience with fucking goddamn the voice actors and shit, helping it fucking come together, getting it together, doing it together.
Yeah. No,
it
was fun on my end. I really enjoy just listening to the chapters once they're done on the horn with you. Yeah. Just putting whiskeys away and listening to the whole thing edited together with music.
Yeah.
Some of your music is hilarious. And Trip has to tolerate the fact that I like to listen to things really sped up. Which is actually something I was going to talk about a little bit ago. Something I don't like about other audiobooks. They're very, very slow. Yeah. And I think that's fine. Like it's good to really take your time and enunciate everything clearly so that everyone can hear it. And I love that Audible has a speed up function. This isn't an advertisement for Audible. This is an advertisement for a book that's on Audible. But
it's called Smokepit Fairytales.
It's called Smokepit Fairytales. You should read it.
You should read it or listen to it.
Yeah.
Read
or listen to it. Yeah. No. You can say you read it if you listen to it. It's fine.
Yeah, it counts.
Nobody's gonna cross-examine you on that. But I like that your narration is a little bit faster because I don't have to speed it up as much for it to hold my attention. I don't know, man. Very ADHD. I need to listen to books as fast as my inner monologue, and that makes them easier to pay attention to. And most people just read their audiobooks. Their narration is so slow. But yeah, you talk a little faster, and I'm always worried that I'm talking too fast when I'm delivering my lines. But then I like compare it to like your diction, and I'm like, oh no, I'm good. I'm like right on pace.
Yeah, well, and the other thing though too is, I try to keep like a conversational tone and I guess the way those books or the audiobooks will be and have been presented, where it might be a little jarring just because in real life you're gonna have to sprinkle that with a bunch of fucking goddamn fucking shits.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to keep it like as a conversation would be in real life, minus the us. Is that how you pronounce it? The us.
Yeah.
Although there are some in there, but they're for
dialogue.
Yeah, they're for dialogue.
Dialogue. Yeah, which is a lot harder to do when you're doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
Instead of organically. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, I gotta sound realistic about hesitating.
Yeah.
I was saying as I don't know. Yeah, sometimes lines come out sounding really clunky, and I'm like, I can't say this differently. What the hell's wrong with me? And and I don't know. Sometimes I really gotta actually just memorize the line and not read it and just say it.
Yeah.
That helps a lot. I don't envy you for having to narrate all the long, lengthy, like descriptive passages. I'm just like, nah, fuck that.
Yeah, no, friggin'. So, when I record them, I record everything and everybody's lines, and then cut them up later. So I know, like, where to tie in people's shit and then, like, delete my version of their line later. But I would say that there's probably 2.5 minutes recorded for every minute that ends up actually in the fucking audio.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, I do 2 to 5 takes. So yeah. The files I'm sending you are huge compared to like the amount that you actually need to use.
Yeah. It's been a fucking good learning experience. Learned a lot about fucking audio engineering, so that's been fun.
Yeah, we've had many conversations about plugins and like what you could do to make things a little louder or clearer or like have better harmonics, things like that. You were having a hell of a time trying to actually get them to work in GarageBand.
Yeah.
GarageBand is supposed to be the easy one.
And like, if you're doing like, super fucking advanced, I don't know, music shit, GarageBand's probably not the best fucking thing for that. But, if it's just like, I don't know, pretty much just cutting audio files together and mashing them up, I think it works fucking great.
Yeah. No, I think it's totally fine. I'm a Logic guy, which is just the same engine as GarageBand, but with more buttons, and I think more sensible buttons, personally. Yeah. I was just popping onto the YouTube to actually see how many people were on this. 1 watching now. 2 watching now. Oh, it just doubled.
Yay.
It doubled right now. I was checking that.
Moving up.
A 100% increase.
Fuck yeah.
I can't see who is watching now.
No, I don't think anybody can. That'd be an invasion of privacy, and like that's not something that happens on the internet.
No, never. No. NordVPN.
Yeah, right.
But this is an advertisement for NordVPN. This is an advertisement for Smokepit Fairytales Book 1 on Audible.
Yes, and then also NordVPN. If you want to sponsor me, I'll take your fucking money.
you guys want to sponsor us? Like, it'd be cool.
Yeah. What's up, Isom? He's in the chat. But yeah, fucking yeah. Also, if you guys at home got any questions about the books or at least the first book, we're not gonna go into too many spoilers or anything here for later, or anything that happens later in the series. But if you guys want to fucking at home in the comment section, fucking throw in some shit, now's the time. If you want to know, because you got us here, so like the first 2 books, I wrote on the bottom of Shard, and I'd bounce a lot of ideas off fucking Chuck. Or smoking or standing out in the chow line or fucking whatever. So we had a lot of good input for the first one.
I just realized that the increase of people watching it was me.
Yeah. 3 now, so congratulations. We're at 300%.
Yeah, I'm a little slow. My head's still not on straight. Did all the foreshadowing. I can't read it. Put in the first book, make it into the other books. So did you actually remember to finish your threads? Did you finish your food, or did you accidentally D&D TV show version Game of Thrones that shit? Do you think you missed any storylines?
Well, a lot of it does. Not all of it does though. And the thing with that is some of that's red herrings, so that you think the story's going to go this way when it goes that way, or it will be like, and no spoilers for anything that's happening too much later, but there'll be like little nods here to this and that, where one character will say something like, oh, hey, it would be funny if this happened. Another character would be like, no, it'd be funny if that happened instead. And one of those things is more than likely going to fucking happen somewhere else in the series. And again, no spoilers or anything, because this book isn't even out yet, but in the last book, which is the fucking 12th one, fucking there's foreshadowing in the first book for the fucking last book. And like everything fucking in between. There's quite a few things in the first one that come on like sooner than later, like in the second or third book. And then there's like a paragraph of something somebody says, I think in the fourth book, that's literally the plot of the fucking, 10th and 11th. So like the foreshadowing isn't always going to be immediate, but it does pan out somewhere in there.
I'd also say, to be fair, like nobody's audited you on like continuity and consistency issues yet. Like if you did forget a thread, you wouldn't know, huh?
No, actually, fucking my beta readers, they're really good about that.
Totally fair. Like, hey, you brought this up. You going anywhere with it? Oh shit.
Yeah. Or is that just some dumb thing a drunk guy said?
Yeah. Or is it? Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking. Oh yeah, like Phoenix 47, who asked the question. They've read the third book. They said earlier.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I don't know. You should have some sense at this point, like as to whether or not foreshadowed things come true. And I guess, having only read 3 books, like, how do you know things that look like foreshadowing is foreshadowing? I mean,
yeah, that might just be some drunk asshole saying some drunk asshole shit.
Yeah, it might just be.
Or it might be the fucking plot to the next book. You don't know.
It might just be normal run of the mill everyday shadowing.
Yeah, but that's the thing though, is foreshadowing is shit that's not important until you read it the second time.
Right.
If the whole series turns and culminates into an omniscient being playing Indian in the cupboard with Putin, I'm gonna quit. Get some bad news for you, buddy.
Omniscient.
Get some bad news for you there, Jason Isom, who said that. Hang on, what?
Omniscient.
Siltoid!
I am Siltoid, the omniscient.
No, actually,
I'm so omniscient. If ever there were to be 2 omnisciences, I would be both.
No, actually, what happens is Hank and Doc both become like wizards who are also kind of like Goku and Vegeta characters, and they do a dark seance to defeat each other or defeat an enemy, and they accidentally raise Hitler from the grave, and then he becomes the Boo Saga.
It's not seance, it's Saiyans.
If you know what I'm saying.
I'm just saying. Or maybe FU, but a lot of U's.
Yeah, fucking. I don't think I had a lot of Dragon Ball Z references anywhere.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah,
could have had more Dragon Ball Z references. You're gonna have to go back and rewrite the whole fucking series now.
Well, I mean, there was a lot of Cowboy Bebop references in the first one.
Yeah.
Like the jazz club is called Spike's Place. That's one of them. Spike from Cowboy Bebop. He's always listening to jazz. Jazz club.
No.
Yeah. Or
I understand
when Hank and Penelope go on their first date, fucking I didn't say that they were listening to the Cowboy Bebop fucking soundtrack, but she asked if he had any jazz music, and the only jazz he had was from a space western. I forget exactly what else, but there's something else in there that like identifies that as Cowboy Bebop. And then she was like, wait, Clint Eastwood made a movie in space? And he's like, no, it was XYZ fucking whatever. Like little nod hint. Like so there is inconsistencies between the written book and the audiobook, because in the audiobook it's not playing fucking Cowboy Bebop's fucking tank.
Copyright.
Yeah.
You're also a little like coy about your references in the book at times. You originally wrote it with like the actual names of like bands and movies and like correct dialogue and correct lyrics and things like that. And then you went back and changed it all just to be safe, which I think is totally fair.
Yeah.
But also in the original version, which never got published. I think
we should talk about that right now. That's what we should talk about right now.
I think we've talked about it the last time we did a podcast together at your place.
Yeah, no one listened to that. Fucking
okay. In the OG version of the manuscript, a lot of celebrities were actually characters. Notably, Lana Del Rey and Justin Bieber were actually characters in the book. And Lana Del Rey was a special government agent, and Justin Bieber was a sleeper agent. And there was this like really awesome like high paced action chase scene where like Justin Bieber got activated and like Lana Del Rey showed up in a cool red convertible and like shoots Justin Bieber in the knee and like all kinds of crazy shit. That Tripp decided later didn't necessarily fit and also wasn't necessarily a good idea.
Yeah, no, so she fucking kills Justin Bieber like in the parking lot of the AutoZone in Oceanside, like right outside of fucking Camp Pendleton. And then she like gives Hank and Doc her fucking earrings for some reason. I remember that was a plot point later, but I can't remember what it was.
So there's some foreshadowing that never came to fruition.
Also didn't make it into the book.
No, it's some past shadowing, if you will.
Yeah, no, actually, no, I'm sorry. It came back in the second one because I wrote the first two at the same time. And there aren't any spoilers in this because this all got deleted. But excuse me, Lana Del Rey shows up in the second book, and the only way that Hank and Doc I get identified is they still have the fucking earrings. She's like, "Oh, hey, it's you guys."
Yeah, I wouldn't recognize them any other way. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And then like,
know who you are, not for these earrings. Like those can't be transferred or copied or
anything like that.
Yeah.
So that all got deleted.
Yeah. No, I'm sure you still have it somewhere.
Oh no, I have it somewhere. It's just not anywhere in print where you can fucking read it.
It's unfortunate. We should do an epic reading of that sometime.
Yeah,
just the voices on the fly. I'll be Lana.
Lana.
What?
God, there was a few other things in there that got cut out. And there was a few things that got added too, because I don't think the whole Kelsey thing was there in the first draft. That got added later. Which I think benefits the story if for nothing else than like, a B plot to be going on instead of just like, hey, Hank and Doc are drunk idiots. Hank gets in trouble at work. Hank's trying to date this alien chick, but he's a drunk idiot. What would spice this up a bit? Let's kill a chick.
Yep. Cut her up, put her on the impact range, and implicate, what was it, Motor T?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. Love those guys.
Well, they didn't even implicate Motor T. They just like let that happen.
Yeah, no, Motor T did the implications all on their own.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's really fun.
Which is some dumb Lance Corporal bullshit that probably would happen in some universe somewhere.
In real life, I loved hanging out with Motor T on days that I didn't have anything going on because you could just go hang out in the Motor T bay and they would just teach you how to work on Humvees or gas jennies or something. And like, if you didn't have anything going on, nobody could accuse you of being lazy or skating if you were like
cross training.
Yeah. I was like, no, I'm working on a generator right now. Like, it's not really your job. It's like, what isn't my job though? Like,
yeah. That clause that says or other needs of the Corps. This is like, other needs of the Corps.
I wear so many fucking hats. Like, what isn't my job? Like, a comm guy, a linguist, like signals intelligence, like radar reconnaissance. Like, okay, so like at some, I'm also a fucking move us like Humvee driver. So at some point I might have to work on it, right?
Yeah.
Like being move us should involve more than knowing how to like put fucking gas in the thing.
Yeah.
Check the oil levels. Like, no, I should know how to fix the damn thing if it breaks down.
Fucking God, dude. So, speaking of that kind of shit, there was one fucking time we had to go do fucking like preventive maintenance on the fucking Humvees that the fucking unit had because
love those days.
We were there that day and the Motor T guys weren't for some fucking reason. So we're doing all the shit and someone before us, and we found this out the hard way when we took the fucking lens caps off the fucking headlights, had put some type of liquid that was not water. It was like viscous and oily. And it's like, oh, so someone actually put fucking blinker fluid in these fuckers. That's fun.
Somebody thought headlight fluid was a thing.
And found some fluid and put it in. I don't know what the fuck it was. It might have been fucking Windex or 409 for all the fuck I know.
Somebody thought headlight fluid was a thing. Somebody took that prank way too far. That's what happened. Like, yeah. It'd be really ironic if somebody broke up in like chem lights and filled the headlights with them.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is like I don't know how the fuck they got it in there because like it's not like watertight or anything, or it's not supposed to be watertight. I mean, because
it's a light bulb. What are you
no, because you have a light bulb inside of a reflective cone.
Oh, inside the housing. I mean, they're pretty. They are watertight. They are.
Mm.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess they had to be, but like also it was like, how the fuck did you get in? Because like it's not like you can tilt the Humvee fucking this way, fill it up, and then like put the cap on it. And then
I would have liked to see how they went about it, but
yeah,
maybe they drilled holes.
Fuck, I don't know, man. It was weird.
It is weird. That is truly bizarre. I'm not tired. You're tired.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. We've been on for an hour and 10 now, so we can decide in the next 5 minutes or so if we want to keep this going or.
That is entirely up to you.
Let's give it another 10 or 20.
Okay.
All right. Sweet.
Sounds good to me.
I'm gonna put a little bit of water in my whiskey.
All
right. Need to pause. I'm just gonna step right off camera.
Yep, he's gonna step right off camera. I'll fucking keep the thing rolling. Probably should have like taken a nap today, little siesta. Get a little bit more energetic, but hey, you know, fucking this is the last fucking voice actor interview we're doing, and hopefully I'll start having new chapters out for you in the next hopefully fucking 2 weeks. And we'll be rolling fucking into the fucking second book, fucking balls heavy, though
chapter balls.
Though the second book isn't as long. I think it's about, I don't know, 2/3 fucking length. About that.
It's like 72,000 words.
And the first one's 120.
Yeah, I don't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Exactly. Hang on, I could figure that out. Lickety split though.
Yeah. But we'll have the second one fucking rolling here soon.
Yeah. Oh, most def.
And there's a lot of fun shit in the second one too, because I'm sure someone could predict what was going to happen in the second one based off of, I don't know, shit that was going on in 2015 and stuff that happened in the chapter where Hank was on duty and bored and watching TV.
How many words did I say?
I don't know.
It's 72,462.
Oh, there you go, right there.
Oh man, I think I said that. I can't remember what I said, but I think I remember it right.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm looking forward to the text tomorrow when you're like, nailed it. Yeah. But also, and no spoilers for the second book, but I was right about Russia. Well, I was half right about Russia.
Jason says I said 72.
Oh. Oh, boom. Bam.
Falling. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I said 72. Yeah. All right. I was like hesitant to be like, yeah, my memory is like a steel fucking trap because I couldn't remember what I said a minute ago. It's pretty ironic. Like, well, it might be great on occasion.
In there somewhere.
I remember. I'm pretty sure about this. I remember exactly how many words the franchise is. Like,
yeah, no, because it's fucking frustrating. Because it's 999,420 words.
Yeah,
it's like,
and we tallied that up the other day because I was like, man, I bet you hit 1 million words, and sure,
nope,
counted them all up. It's just like, nope, not quite. And the really fun thing to find out is going to be if they all fit in 2 ammo cans.
Yeah, because the second
we're on the side of if so, just barely.
Yeah, we'll see. Because I'll have the physical proofs in. I think Monday or Tuesday. Fucking, it should be when they're delivered, and I can test it then.
So for anybody in here, Jason, Phoenix, Doc Whiskey, Mir Khan, if you're still here, that's 4 people. So I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think we got 3. Have you guys listened to it or just read it?
I think Jason's listened to it. I think he got a word chest, but I don't know if he's like read it. I don't think he's read it because in a lot of the other streams, I'd be like, all right, hey, so we're gonna talk about the rest of the series. Here's spoilers. We're gonna do spoilers. So if you're listening, fuck off. And then he'll be like, I'm gonna go fuck off. Thanks for letting me know. So yeah, he listened to 1. He's reading 2.
That's the one reading too. Got it. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
I was gonna say like, all right, so you've actually heard the voices, heard the music, heard the fun. Yeah.
No,
Can't wait for you to hear chapter. I'm low key proud of chapter 1, book 2. I can't wait for people to hear that.
Yeah.
Like, I almost don't want to like. I want to show it to people and be like, you know, like if you don't know what voices I'm doing, can you tell that I'm arguing with myself? Can you tell? Can you tell I'm having a one-on-one? Like,
it's like a one-man three-way.
Yeah, menage a trois, menage a moi.
Yeah. No, the music. I think the music came together pretty good in the fucking first one because like a lot of it was just like atmospheric, whatever. But then like I think for the
reading 1, read 1 through 3. Sorry,
sweet. What the fuck was I saying? Oh, for the fucking sex scene, I think that fucking porno music fucking came together.
Oh my god, it was
fucking
great.
perfectly.
We
like
I
didn't even I wasn't even planning on the dialogue matching. That just happened.
It was so
where it's like they're saying shit to the beat in the music. I'm like, I didn't plan this. This is awesome.
I mean, it's realistic, you know. If you're listening to music when you're doing it, like things tend to synchronize. But play to the beat. That fucking. Some of those sex scenes are so fucking funny. We listened to them together when Trip got done editing them, and I'm like, I was living at a friend's house. I was like keeping the volume down. My friend's kids like slipped across the hall from me, and I'm like, like, oh god, you need headphones for this. It was it was great. What's her name? Diane.
Yeah.
Yeah, she absolutely fucking killed it. She's the greatest.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Man.
I had a live stream with her a little while back, and if you're listening and you haven't listened to that one's a good one. Go check that one out. It's kind of a good one. I kept dropping out, but we talked about that a little bit, and the first half it was like, oh, so I never done a sex scene before. That was weird, but hey, fucking rock that shit. Also, are we this much of perverts? I mean, we can't be, right? I mean, like we do this stuff in real life, but if you talk about it, that makes you a pervert.
Yeah, it's exactly. It's like no, sex is something that happens in real life. Like I don't think it makes you a pervert to artistically convey that, right? Jason asked, what suits inspired the Russian Big Boys? And also said the music adds a good layer, radio series feel.
Yeah, radio series feel.
So yeah, what suits inspired the Russian Big Boys? What suits? What mechs? What mechs? What anime maybe? What manga?
Like, okay. Like, so
what inspired the Russian Big Boys?
Okay, well, on that one, do you know what? Fucking, we've been on for an hour and 15 minutes, so we will do spoilers for the first half, like bland spoilers for the second book. Nothing big. No plot spoilers. Just bland ones. Fucking.
All right. Tune out now. If you don't want spoilers for the first book or the second book. Wait. Yeah, we're talking about the second book now.
Yeah. But nothing big. Nothing.
Well, most people in right now have read book 2. So like, yeah, we're good.
Yeah. All right. Fucking dude, I don't know. Fucking Robotech and Gundam, mostly.
Yeah, if you hadn't said Gundam, I would have fought you because like you're such a fucking Gundam nerd.
Yeah, dude, I'm wearing the patch.
Yeah, huge Gundam nerd. You made me watch through what was it, Stardust Memory?
Yeah.
On the Mew. And by made me, I mean I wasn't being like bound and gagged or anything. Like it was good. Surprisingly good, because I watched a couple Gundam series as a kid, and I guess I just watched the wrong ones.
Yeah. Well, there's like a million of them.
Yeah, and I was just like, yeah, Gundam's all right. But you showed me a couple of the good ones. I'm like, oh, this is good. I enjoyed this. It's good writing.
Yeah, and then the fucking Russian mechs in the second one, fucking they were also kind of inspired by chess pieces a little bit, like just in their capabilities, which is why they were codenamed this or that. Like you know, the rooks were like the heavy tanks, but you know, they can only move. I mean, a rook on a chessboard, you know, it can power through shit, but it can only go fucking I don't know. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Straight or left or right. Yeah. So it's like that was kind of a tank thing. And then like you know, like the knight on a chessboard can like jump around. So like the one that could, you know, hop through the fucking air a couple miles or however many yards it was, you know, that was the knight. And then I don't think there was a pawn. And then there was a queen, but like you never saw it in action.
So 08 had the best IMO, had the best combat.
8th MS team was a fucking good one. And it was pretty much fucking, I don't know, Gundam in Vietnam. Vietnam and Gundam. Gundam Nom.
Gundam. No, there's no way to do that well.
Gundam style.
Yeah. Oh.
Ah,
Damn.
Ah.
You found it.
There it is. Yeah.
I liked Stardust Memory had the fun twist of like, you know, are we the baddies? Like, you sympathize with the terrorists.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the government's kind of shitty.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's kind of a theme throughout at least that, because there's a bunch of different universes in Gundam, kind of. But in that universe specifically, fucking the only real moral to it was the writer grew up in post-war Japan and remembers Hiroshima for reasons that you and I cannot comprehend. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. The moral of the story is war is bad. Don't do it. There aren't good guys.
Yeah, which is different than saying war is bad. Like, nobody should ever fight one, even if one's happening to you. Also, I'm not going to publish this until after World War II because I want people to fight the Nazis and I don't want to discourage that.
Yeah.
Which is also kind of a plot twist spoiler for fucking book 2 for a conversation that happens. Like,
yeah,
wherein Prince makes an ass out of himself and almost gets murderfied.
Yeah, and that's like in the second chapter of the fucking book. And we were talking about this like last week, I think. But I wrote that because I had just finished reading Johnny Got His Gun, because I love that song "One" by Metallica, which is the greatest and best song in the world. Which, if you didn't know, HSD's song Tribute is about "One" by Metallica. So it's like, well, let me go read the book if it's whatever. And it's got a great premise, but it gets super preachy, and the story's not great. And the preachy shit's all like, well, so what if somebody's getting raped and murdered on the other side of the planet? It's not our women getting raped and murdered. Why do I got to go fight for that? I'm not going to go fight for that. And it's like, okay, listen, bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. War is bad. I'll give you that. But sometimes fucking fists need to be thrown.
Yeah. Now you got Prince saying the second book.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could do a Prince line.
Yeah.
Nah, gotta save it.
You guys at home can wait a few weeks.
Gotta wait. Yeah. Got playing 3 different voices in that chapter. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
I channeled 2 different existing characters into 2 of those characters. Doc's voice is basically just like my voice, but a little higher and more excitable.
Yeah. Well, Doc's an excitable guy.
Yeah, just giving a little more energy than I normally talk with.
I mean, because like normally Doc's, I don't know, Doc swings back and forth between being like the guy with the cool head and the guy. It just kind of depends on the scenario.
Jerry. Prince talking to who else? Jerry,
Gladewine's husband.
Yeah.
He also, he played him in the first book, even though fucking Jerry was only in the ball chapter, right?
Yeah, he didn't have much dialogue, but he's in there.
Yeah.
Well, Jerry voice is basically just a very loose impersonation of Patrick Warburton.
Yeah.
Cusco's poison, the poison for Cusco.
Yeah. But also fucking going back to foreshadowing. I mean, fucking that conversation that they have at the ball, where it was everybody's husbands and wives talking, that's more or less the fucking plot of the second book.
Yeah, no, it really is. Yeah, it's talking all about it.
Yeah.
These things definitely won't happen. No, we're gonna make war irrelevant.
Yeah, you poor naive bitch.
It says the squirrels. Yeah, squeak, squeak 'em. Squeak, squeak, squeak 'em. Sorry, he's had a long day.
Yeah.
Yzma, can you back up a little bit? That's good.
Yeah.
I always say that off topic, except for the fact that Yzma's voice actress is dead now. Very unfortunate. The voice cast for Emperor's New Groove pretty much could have played the live cast for Emperor's New Groove. They all fit their characters very well.
Yeah. I know I always love when Patrick Warburton fucking pops up in places.
He does tend to pop up.
Yeah.
Evan Wilson, fucking noted.
Yeah, that's Doc.
yeah, I know. Hi, Doc. The real Doc. I'm not nervous now. Did I do a good job?
Yeah, Doc, did he do a good job playing a fictional character who may or may not have been based off of you?
Do you actually like whiskey? In fact, is that real or is that a lie?
Yeah.
Trip tends to tell lies.
Only every once in a while.
That's what authors do. That's the job.
Dude, I love that meme that's been floating around where it's like a negative review on a book and the reviewer is like, it seems like the author just made all this up. And it's like, that's on a fantasy novel. Yeah, no, I have no idea how the fuck else they would have came up with that fucking information.
Yeah. Could have given Doc the Patrick Warburton voice.
The whole time. Just like,
I absolutely do love whiskey / whiskey. I appreciate that. Whiskey with an EY versus a Y for you Canadian drinkers. Oh, I don't know how to spell it because I'm hammered. It's both. It depends on if it's from Canada or not.
Yeah, because what is it? Canadian whiskey is with a Y and Irish is with an EY. Or my backwards.
I thought Canadian just had the Y. Yeah. Irish
and Irish is EY.
Yeah, and American as well. Yeah. We're catching up to you. I'm drinking 100 proof creek water at present. Are there actually people from Canada? Can't confirm.
Yeah, you didn't see that. Also, before we went on, we were talking about how, hey, let's not talk about religion or politics. Yeah, fucking, so that's going out the window. You see that shit? You see that shit in the fucking Canadian Parliament? We're like, oh yeah, this guy's a brave World War II hero. Blah blah blah. Whatever. So,
oh my god,
bro, that guy was like in the SS, man.
Oh no. Trudeau is Jewish.
look. No, he's not. He's fucking. His dad's Fidel Castro.
Okay. All right. Oh no, fucking the Nazi. Yeah, that shit was hilarious. That was so funny. And that was right after they had a Canadian citizen get assassinated allegedly by India. Like, what a fucking week for Canada.
No, and the other thing though is like fucking Canada is making like a fucking effort to be, for lack of a better term, like the most politically correct / woke nation in the English speaking world. And then also here's this guy that was literally in the SS.
Yeah. He said, did you see Zelensky's face? Zelensky's Jewish. Was Zelensky there? Did he present the award? Like, how did that get tied in?
I don't know what Zelensky was doing. I don't know if he was there or not.
Okay, all right. I heard something about. I think my sibling mentioned it to me. No, I didn't see the video. Evan, how was Zelensky tied in? I'm just gonna call you Doc. You're Doc.
Yeah. Fucking dude, though, it's just like one of those things where it's like. I almost like imagine like it's like 1885 and we got this American war hero that we're gonna parade around fucking Congress because he did such a good job. He was in the fucking 2nd Alabama Infantry Regiment.
And what was it? Poland? They're like, actually, we've been looking for that guy.
So are you guys gonna extradite him or what's up?
All right, we're gonna have a conversation about this. That's so funny. I mean. In the ways that matter. Like,
yeah,
it's great. That's not politics. That's just awesome. Like, to see Heaven or Life. Like, what's the guy now? 98 years old.
Yeah, no, it's kind of weird that there's like any of them left. Like
that's what I was saying when I heard about it. I'm just like, well, that only has so many chances to happen now, and like it feels like for anyone who wants to go out with a bang rather than a whisper, it's gonna happen now because like if I want to be noted for my life before I die, like we're gonna find out if we still have any fucking Nazi runaways hiding in the woodwork.
Yeah, dude, they're not even hanging out in South America anymore. They're fucking just in Toronto.
Just fucking in Canada, getting awarded the equivalent of like the like presidential. What is it? Like Medal of Freedom. Later that day, Canadian Parliament made a public apology in person to Zelensky for doing the recognition of a Ukrainian Nazi war hero. Zelensky made a straight up South Park face. It was fucking funny. Okay, yeah. So that's how that tied in. Yeah. Oh man, that's fucking embarrassing. Speaking of Canadians, fucking embarrassing.
Yeah.
That's what I'm in. Can confirm. Can confirm. There are Canadians.
Yeah.
Letterkenny was funny for 7 seasons or so. I don't have anything totally against the later ones, just haven't seen them.
Yeah, about the same. Fucking Shorzy was good though.
Oh, the show I didn't watch. It was good.
It's not what you think it's gonna be, but it is what you want it to be.
I like that. It's whatever I want it to be. Okay.
Yeah.
Goosebumps. Choose your own ending.
Yeah. Oh, here's one for you. So if they made Smokepit Fairytales into a movie, who would you want to play Doc?
We got somebody in the audience for that. No, Letterkenny was only funny for 5 minutes per episode.
Well, originally Letterkenny was a web series.
What's 5 minutes an episode?
4 minutes long. So that's bonus points.
That was the format, yeah. All the funny parts of Letterkenny make up a 30-minute YouTube video.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate some of the extremely well-rehearsed rants and diatribes in that show. The rest of it just being self-referential, like stuff. I don't know. It's like Archer at that point. Like, do I like the references? Do I like the repeating jokes? If you're into it, you're into it.
Yeah. Also, fucking speaking of Game of Thrones, so Doc says you should play fucking Doc in a live action movie. So there you go.
We got Simon Pegg and Chuck. All right. I'll tell you what. I will fight or drink against Simon Pegg for the role if it comes down to it.
And just do the thing where it's like, oh, so these characters are canonically like 23, right? Yeah.
Simon Pegg playing him, that adds up in terms of like Hollywood standards. Yeah.
Well, shit, if we're gonna do that, then Steve Buscemi better play fucking Hank.
Good evening, fellow Maroots.
Hey there, infantry. How you doing today?
How do you do, fellow Boots?
Yeah.
Simon Pegg was in the running. Oh, you're like, okay. Have you changed your mind?
Be funny. No, if anything though, fucking just because of like
that's fair. That's
not just because of like the I don't know timeline of events that happens. And this would be like if I had all the money in the world to fucking like
gotta be Simon Pegg with the Star Trek accent.
Yeah.
Doc. Yeah. That would be great. It'd be fucking awesome. Yeah. Age be damned.
No, but like if I had like personal funding to just like make it myself, it'd definitely be like hand-drawn anime, like 90s style, like complete with like underpaid fucking Korean and Filipino fucking not sweatshop slaves.
Okay. I mean, if you pitch it to Netflix, it's a very achievable goal.
No, actually it's not, because the way Netflix shows work is you have to make it yourself and then be like, hey, I don't have anywhere to put this. I didn't make it. Like HBO makes their own shit. Amazon makes their own shit. I already made this. I need to put it somewhere.
Seriously? Netflix doesn't like, no, like what about Netflix originals? Like none of them are produced.
Those are what Netflix originals are.
None of them are produced by Netflix. You're telling me that there's not one show that Netflix actually paid to have made?
Yep.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah. Fucking when you get a few minutes, take that fucking deep dive.
Oh man, it's almost hard to believe. Not one.
I mean, I'm sure there's one or two, but like the vast majority of them.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
learning uncomfortable truths here. I mean, part of
wait a minute. Are you trying to suggest that the film industry is all straight and narrow on the up and up with no shady shit going on?
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Hollywood accounting is entirely naked and transparent and not at all shady.
Yeah, it's kind of like when that Weinstein shit happened. It's like, I mean, like, yeah, that sucks. Color me surprised.
Doc says Dust Studios does a lot of work with indie creators.
Yeah.
So there we go. There's one thing. I'll do my deep dive. I'll do my own research.
Yes.
I love Death and Robots.
That was good.
It's fucking awesome.
No, but that's actually fucking The fucking same people that did fucking heavy metal, but
Yeah.
they
I figured they were
away
doing
from heavy metal because they
Well,
didn't
they were
think
gonna
people
call
would
it
watch
heavy metal again, but they kind of did like a poll, and they were just like name not recognized enough anymore by
Yeah.
the audience, the target audience, and they just decided to call it something else.
Which is a catchier name, and it's like that magazine's still out, and it's still fucking great. But yeah, no, I think they made the right move with naming it something else. However, what I was going to say earlier is, excuse me, hopefully here in a few months, I'm going to start talking a lot of mad shit about George R.R. Martin. Since Game of Thrones came up recently, because I'm going to be like, hey, my series is longer, and I finished it in less than 10 years. So, what's up, George?
Write a book. Doc says, Trip, got you in touch with that sci-fi director from Dust. Remember, you guys did a Facebook chat. Whatever happened to that? I did all the legwork for you. Yeah, what the fuck, Trip?
I think that just fell off. There's a lot of shit that just falls off, man. Like I tend to like lose interest after being left on red for a week.
Oh, that's fair. If you ever send 2 messages in a row and they don't respond, you just like thirsty, you just like desperate. Yeah, no, you gotta leave it.
Yeah,
she's just not that into you.
Yeah, sometimes it'd be like that.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes it do. You can tell by the way it is.
Mm-hmm. You don't think it'd be like it is, but it do.
Mm. I don't know. I'm sure we'll see a movie, animated or live action or otherwise, at some point. It'll happen.
Yeah, or there'll be some fucking shitty knockoff video game.
Weird. That would be crazy.
Yeah,
that living in that reality. Yeah.
Yeah. God, yeah, that would suck.
Yeah. So I didn't know he did that. Fuck that guy then. This movie was mid anyway. Fuck him.
Yeah.
That's great. If he sees this, I haven't seen it, but I stand by it.
Yeah, dude. No, so fucking since we're on that fucking video game studio that totally did not in any way, shape, or form steal the plot to my book. They didn't do that.
Yeah, no. Imagine living in that fucking reality. Oh wait, we do.
Like there were just some similarities that I thought were, I don't know, convenient. But I wrote them a letter and I was like, hey, you guys wrote this story that this and this happens. I wrote a book like that came out, I don't know, 8 years ago that this and this happens. You guys should like hire me as a writer. And they sent me a fucking reply email that was pretty much to the effect of, we're not hiring and we don't take fucking suggestions on stories.
So they didn't really read your letter.
No. Or they did, and they're like, oh, fuck.
I was really tongue-in-cheek saying, you guys stole my idea. And I think it was actually like me or my ex who suggested you should include in your letter, you guys should hire me as a writer. Mm-hmm. Instead of just like flat out saying like, you guys stole my work. Like, obviously you guys are very inspired by my work. So if you want more ideas, here I am. Like,
yeah, nope, sorry. We don't take unsolicited story ideas. It's like, bitch.
Yeah, that wasn't actually the point. You guys didn't read between the lines. Like,
yeah,
fuck you.
like I know you guys are English and you don't know how to read, but I'm sorry.
What game was that? You don't want to name them?
Say what? Oh no, it was Bandai.
Okay, all right.
Well, it was a subsidiary of Bandai, but
yeah,
like fucking I talked to a lawyer about it and they were super trigger happy about it without actually looking at anything. I'm like, okay, that's not a red flag.
We'll sue for you. Sue.
That's not a red flag. So I like looked on it on my own, and apparently the way copyright law works is who has a better lawyer, and
yeah, that's what it comes down to ultimately.
I don't live in the universe where I can hire a better lawyer than Bandai can.
Yeah, I'm no longer dating a really high echelon lawyer, so I can't help you out there.
Yeah,
I lost my in.
But they totally didn't steal my story at all.
No, it would be really irresponsible of us to make that claim with no evidence. Yeah, so
It probably just a cosmic coincidence.
yeah, definitely. So for the record, everything we're saying is sarcastic. And they definitely didn't do that. And they also don't go around exterminating pollinating honeybees, and they also don't go around I don't know.
Well, they also don't kick puppies.
They don't kick puppies. They
They don't
definitely
kick puppies.
no.
And they don't hire
Allegedly.
people that used to be in Al Qaeda.
No. None. And they don't give awards to Nazis.
And we're not talking
about Canadians.
and we're not talking about we're not talking about like the people we don't like that we call fascists. They don't hire literal people that used to be
literal fucking Nazis with bona fides. Yeah.
Like they don't hire people that have iron crosses awarded personally by Adolf Hitler.
I mean, you want to split hairs here? The man was threatening castration. Fucking Nazis. I mean, say what you will about the tenements of National Socialism, but at least that was an ethos.
These people are nihilists.
Nihilists. Man, I could use a White Russian.
You don't want to mix up with anything though. Like if you want a White Russian, like it's got to be a White Russian night. You don't want that hanging out your stomach with bourbon.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I invite multiple friends to play, and I deal with the consequences because I'm an adult.
Yeah,
it's all about accountability.
No. It's all about cleaning up the house the next day to make it look like you have a party.
It means when you have a hangover with a particularly bad headache, you don't take aspirin. You just deal with it. Yeah. You accept it.
You drink your fucking Coke or your orange juice or however many coffees you need.
Like hangovers are important. They teach moderation.
It's good for character building.
It is, yeah.
Which is why Hank and Doc fucking, if you look at it, like the last half of the first book, they're either drunk or have a hangover. It's called consequences. You have consequences for your fucking actions.
Doc says, I had a White Russian last summer. She was all right. She was like, nice.
Mm. Also, a White Russian is the drink that the chick with the mustache throws in Hank's face. And he's like, yeah, that's going to smell good later.
Oh, yeah, God. That's going to fucking curdle.
Yeah.
Going to turn sour. I've only had somebody ever threaten to throw one drink on my face, but they just stood in line for 25 minutes to get it. There's like, I'm going to throw this drink in your face. I'm like, you won't. Yeah, I will. Like,
it's going to take you an hour to get a drink. Shut up.
Seriously, I'm like, dude, like, it took you so long to get that drink. That would just be really, really rash. Think about it. Like, I'm not worth it.
Yeah.
Keep your beer. Were you there for that? No. That was my first meal. I was in a relationship.
At the fucking E Club on Camp Hansen.
Is that an E Club on Camp Hansen? Yeah.
God, talk about a dogged out fucking experience.
Yeah. No, we had more fun at the smoke pit.
Like asking Chat GPT to tell you, like, dear Chat GPT, tell me the most depressing story ever. Okay, so I'm an alcoholic and I go to this bar, but the bar is the E Club on Camp Hansen, and it takes me an hour to get a drink at a time. It's like, man. Buddy, somebody get this guy a 6-pack.
ChatGPT, can I buy you a beer? it won't take 25 minutes. I promise.
Yeah.
Seriously, that's a generous estimate. Like 25 minutes, like one counter, and it took them so long to serve. There's no point in going.
Yeah, I think that's one of the more egregious suspensions of fucking disbelief that you have to apply when reading my books, where they go to the bar and get a drink.
Yeah, you know? Yeah, exactly. These guys showed up to the E Club and they got a drink. Like, they didn't have to fucking fight a dragon for it. Like, it's ridiculous.
No. I fought a dragon on the way to boot camp.
Yeah. That's how we all got in. Yeah.
It was the culminating event.
The View and the Proud. That's back when Keith David was doing the voiceover for Marine Corps.
It was Keith David.
Yeah, Keith David did Marine Corps commercials.
Nice.
He did some Navy commercials as well. Yeah, he was just a voice for like recruitment commercials for a minute there. Not that he wasn't doing anything else. Like he'd already been the Arbiter, which is one of the best recruiting gigs he could have done, honestly.
You want to be a Space Marine? put on these sunglasses.
Words so easy. God, he's got a fucking voice. Love Keith David. I love that he's the president in Rick and Morty, and I love that ended up being a recurring character. It makes me so happy. Yeah. He's so funny. Yeah, but yeah, no, Keith David, he was doing recruitment commercials. You should look those up. They're pretty funny. I mean, the Dragon one.
I mean, I'm sure I've seen them. I just didn't know that was Keith David.
I'm still mad that I can't get Cold Steel to make me a Marine Corps NCO sword because they got a cease and desist for them. That's such bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't know that that's exactly what happened. Yeah, no. Dog-ass, did you hear the Rick and Morty voice replacements yet? I heard them. They sound fucking great. I'm not mad. I was worried they were going to do what they did with Corbo and Solar Opposites and just make a joke about why he sounds 1,000% different now, which was funny. And I got used to it after an episode or two, so I didn't give a shit.
I mean, there's sometimes that works and sometimes it doesn't. Like,
but that show's also much less like serialized. It's not episodic. It doesn't really fucking matter. It's just.
Well, I was gonna say, like, if you get a known character, it's one thing to do one thing, one thing to do something else. Like, I think like Doctor Who fucking nailed it, where it's like, oh yeah, no, these race of aliens become a different person every once in a while. That's why it's a new actor. Deal with it. And like that became part of the mechanic. But then you got shit like the second sequel to the 1997 cinematic classic, The Mummy, where you got fucking the character that used to be fucking Rachel Weisz, and her face is blotted out by a book, and she's like doing a reading for her book, reading in a library. And so it was like, how does that make you feel? And she pulls the book away from her face. And it's a different actress, and she's like, I feel like a whole new woman. And it's like, that's a different actress. You bitch. Fuck you.
Yeah, but to be fair, like, was that the biggest problem that the third Mummy had?
No.
Do you really remember anything about that movie?
I remember a lot about that movie.
And you remember too much about that movie.
Yeah.
That movie is extremely forgettable. You must have watched it twice, because I sure didn't. I saw it in theaters, and I walked away like...
Oh, dude, I was on deployment, man. Fucking, like...
Yeah, I was like, what the hell is that movie about? Like, okay.
Wait, so Jet Li's the Mummy now? Wait,
I really enjoyed the China? What the fuck? I didn't watch the Tom Cruise reboot. I don't know. I love Tom Cruise.
I will at some point, just to say I saw
I'm sure I'll get around to it. Yeah, I do enjoy Tom Cruise movies, and there's been a dearth lately of not Mission Impossible fun Tom Cruise sci-fi action movies, so I should probably watch that.
Yeah,
because like when you think about our MU deployments or my back-to-back MU deployments, we got Oblivion and like Edge of Tomorrow, Live Die Repeat, like back-to-back. Speaking of Emily Blunt, I'm pretty sure she was in Edge of Tomorrow, Live Die Repeat. Yeah. Emily Blunt as Mary Poppins followed the laws of equivalent exchange as far as my mommy, shoes, and Dommy Kings are concerned. That's dope.
Yeah.
Equivalent exchange.
No, and then
are we a Full Metal Alchemist fan, Doc?
Yeah. No, then I watched fucking Valkyrie last week or the week before.
Valkyrie was dope. Yeah, it was a hard-hitting drama. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only saw it the one time, but that was one that I was like, it stayed in my head. I didn't forget anything about that one.
Yeah, that's a good film.
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Fuck yeah. FMAB.
A mob.
Full Metal Alchemist. Full Metal Alchemist. Fucking love that show. The writer for that, what's her name? Arakawa or I can't remember. She's writing a new original now. Very exciting. Yeah. She's been like commissioned to draw things for others for the last decade, and now she's working on something new, and I'm just like vibrating with excitement. Desire to know more intensifies.
Yeah.
That story fucks.
It does. It does. Yeah. And I really enjoyed how like fucking God, there's so much in that. Like I like how it all tied together at the end, where it was like, oh hey, we got to make a fucking, what are they called? Bloodstones, Philosopher's Stones.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh no, we're actually just going to start World War I, and that's going to be the Bloodstone, because like over the last however many years, we set up our fucking geopolitical fucking borders to make the fucking pentagram or whatever the fuck they call it.
Transmutation circle.
Yeah, that. And that's going to be our fucking blood sacrifice.
Yeah, it's fucking dope. We're going to sacrifice the whole goddamn country. Yeah. No, it's a really good show. I watched the original anime when it came out, which got ahead of the manga and wrote their own thing, and it was respectable. And then my younger siblings were like, dude, they did it again, but it's like proper. You need to watch it. I'm like, why would I watch? It was already good. I'm so fucking glad they bullied me into watching it because, like, oh yeah, no, this is different. And amazing.
also, I imagine them doing the fucking anime. Hey, you know, be like really stupid if the bad guys were Nazis. Anybody want to do that? Anybody want to do that? No, we're not going to do that this time. Got it. But the leader's called the Fuhrer. Are you sure you don't want to do Nazis? All right. Wait. No, there's a movie where they go into an alternate universe and it's literally a character. Yeah. Got it.
Yeah, it's like the brown coat, like uprising, like which is really funny because Hellsing did the opposite thing, where like the foreshadowing was so obviously going to be Nazis, but when the anime got ahead of the manga, they just decided not to do it. They just decided to make it not Nazis at all.
I bet you it was the Nazis.
Bet you I'm right. Yeah. It was the Nazis, wasn't it?
I heard George Lucas. Did anyone else hear George Lucas?
I heard the Motley Crue with my vampire hearing.
I heard the Miami Heat.
I heard Miami Heat. I think it's time to pivot the conversation to Firefly. Oh no.
Yeah, if it was so good, it would have got a season 2. Next.
Oh no, you shut the fuck up. Oh no.
Speaking of brown shirts, brown coats, whatever.
Do you want to get canceled? That's how you get canceled. You tell nerds that Firefly wasn't good. Holy shit. We could talk about why that show got canceled.
Well, they aired it out of order.
Fox mismanaged it and put it in the Doom slot where nobody watched it, and they misadvertised it as being a completely different show with like just like kitschy humor and all that. And I don't know, they drove it into the ground. They never gave it a chance. And then we got that Serenity movie to try and like tie off like.
Yeah, and that was
the plot.
Serenity movie was like notice the words I'm using. It was a satisfactory hand job.
Yeah. Hand job. Okay.
Yeah, it was an okay hand job.
It finished. That's all I can say about it. It was better than the ending of Game of Thrones. Yeah, it was a Serenity. Doc said Serenity was a fan service love letter to the fans. Like it's more than we hoped for when the show went off. Getting that movie was like it was definitely a consolation prize. Definitely better than not getting the movie. I liked the movie. I enjoyed it. I just am pissed and was pissed. I think I was depressed and crestfallen when I heard the movie was coming out because that basically solidified that we weren't getting any more Firefly. That movie, the existence of that movie meant that it was over.
Yeah.
And I was like,
which is probably a good thing because they did a season 2. The bad guys would obviously be the Nazis.
That tends to be the way it goes. Yeah. Doc says, I'd eat Summer Glau's ass with a dust-covered MRE spoon.
Yeah. That one's not up for debate. Yeah. There's no comeback. And if there was, it would be into the spoon.
Oh my god. No, there was a lot of nerd bait attractive people in that show. I don't know.
Also, do you know how Reavers clean their fucking spears?
No, tell me.
They run through a wash.
Doc, you want to weigh in on that? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I say we wrap this up in 6 minutes. Make it a 2-hour special.
Yeah. There you go. Fucking wrapped it. We should probably actually talk about the book for 5 minutes, right?
Oh yeah. We got sidetracked a little bit. Retroactively say that, you know, beware of Firefly spoilers, Full Metal Alchemist spoilers.
Yeah.
Valkyrie spoilers. They tried to kill the fear. It did not work. It did not work.
Did not work.
Let's see. The book. Yeah. First book. It's done. We did it.
The audiobook. The audiobook. It's called Smokepit Fairytales. Go listen to it. It counts as reading.
Yeah. This isn't an advertisement for Valkyrie, Full Metal Alchemist, Firefly, Fox, or Serenity, or others. This is an advertisement for Smokepit Fairytales Book 1 on Audible. Go buy the book. Buy the fucking book.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Listen to the book. Doc, have you? No, you've listened to it. You listened to the book, right, Doc?
Yeah, I would hope so.
You listen to the fucking book, right? You listen to the fucking book. You listen to the fucking book.
Where are the other drugs going?
Where are the other drugs going? Where's the trigger? Where's Harvey Dent? Every movie's got him just screaming, "Where's something?" Where is it? I'm Batman. Where's the thing?
That's
a lot of it.
I should go.
A lot lately. What? You said I've listened to a lot of it, but working a lot lately though.
Yeah, no, fucking that's what I should fucking do is like ended up with the last book. Hank's effectively not Batman. He just grabs people and holds them off over the side of a building. I'm Hank.
Where is it?
Like introduces parents just to kill him.
Congratulations, Doc. New job. Glad to hear it. Me too. And Trip can tell you, my new job has been making it very difficult to get anything out of me. I've not had a lot of time. New jobs take a lot of fucking time. Yeah, God.
Start up getting used to shit.
Learn the ropes.
But there is new shit coming, and I am fully confident the fucking second book's gonna be better than the first one, audiobook, fucking production wise.
Book, same as the first.
Yeah.
Or better, yeah.
Yeah.
Tower climber and wind turbine technician. It's terrifying. That actually sounds fucking awesome. How does that pay?
Apparently, from what he's telling me, it pays pretty fucking good.
I worked for a challenge course and do high rope stuff. Like I'm pretty at home in heights. Like I'm fond actually. Like constantly trying to help people of all ages overcome their fears. But it's challenge by choice, which means I'm not going to bully you into doing anything. But like the zip line's at the end, so if you want to zip line, you got to get through the course.
If you want to get down there.
Holy shit, $2,000 a week. Yeah. Yeah. Put me in touch with somebody in North Carolina. Can you do that part-time?
I don't think so. Fucking he was telling me it was very like you're gone for 4 weeks, home for a week.
Oh, you travel a lot, I'm sure. Yeah, okay, you're not getting hired where you live now.
Yeah.
No. I had a buddy, another former service member, offer me a really cool traveling gig where I was just going to be like unarmed security for like festivals and concerts and things like that. But it was so much travel. It paid really well, but it was a ton of travel. And I'm like, I've got a golden retriever. I like to be around him.
Yeah.
So
also, I like my house. That's why I bought it. You know.
Yeah. I don't have a house.
Or like you like your apartment. That's why you're fucking renting it.
Yeah.
You know.
I like to own property. That sounds nice.
Yeah.
We'll get around to that. We'll start looking at property in my 40s. That'll be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to the new world.
Yeah. In the meanwhile, I guess I'll just keep paying rent. You can bring your dog. You can bring your fucking dog. You can. Doc says I can bring my dog. That changes things. Fucking. I don't know. I'll bring up new horizons.
Yeah.
Low impact and easy on the joints. It's exciting. Yeah, no, I mean climbing. Yeah, can be safe. Can take your time. Can be low impact.
All right. Well, fucking ladies and gentlemen, thank you for fucking listening. There will be new chapters out sometime soon.
We're just waiting on Doc to get his lines in. I'm just kidding, Doc. You're good. I sent the first 3 chapters.
Right.
Yeah, no, I mean, we're waiting on what, 1 or 2 people for chapter 1.
Yep.
That would be fun.
Then I got the rest of the book. So fucking
can't wait to hear it thrown together.
Yep, we'll be doing the same thing as last time, where it's scheduled for like once a week on YouTube, and then it'll be on Patreon as fast as I fucking get them done. Running through them. So.
And his arms are getting jacked. Yeah, no, climbing's fucking good for you. Sorry, I'm still reading Doc's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then fucking, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this, but by book 4, I do want to be doing it to where, like on Patreon or fucking whatever, as they come out, they'll be coming out, months before fucking YouTube. But between 2 and 3, I'm gonna give it another month, no matter what. Yeah. And then hopefully by the end of it, fucking, I mean, because there's 12 of these fucking things. Yeah, no. Hopefully by the last half of the fucking thing, Patreon will be a book ahead, but we'll see.
That'd be cool. That just means you're gonna run into leaks because you're really popular, and that's a problem that you're running into.
Yeah, whatever. Fucking.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Signing off. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
Yeah.